And now, Global Voice Broadcasting presents Schooled for Success with Houston Gunn. And here's your host, Houston Gunn.
Hello everybody, I'm your host of Schooled for Success, Houston Gunn. And not only am I your host, but I'm also the author of Schooled for Success, How I Plan to Graduate from High School a Millionaire. So join me on this journey as we all learn how we can become more successful in life. Hello everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Schooled for Success, and I'm your host, Houston Gunn. Now make sure if you missed out on episode 1, you can go check that out on iTunes or Global Voice Broadcasting. Today I'm going to be talking about what I left off with. How did I, a 16-year-old kid, get an endorsement in an interview from Donald Trump? Well, you want to know why? I took action from what I learned, and I always ask for what I want. 2 messages that are really strong that can lead to great success in not only business but life. You want to always ask for what you want, because if you get told no, you're no worse off than you were. For example, when I sent an email asking if I could interview Donald Trump for my book, I simply said, I'm Houston Gunn, I'm 14 years old at the time, and I'm writing this book, Schooled for Success, How I Plan to Graduate from High School Millionaire. And I asked if I could do a short 7-question interview, and I sent that out. But if I would have been told no, I would have been no worse off. But since I was able and willing to ask and not afraid of a rejection, I was able to get a yes, which has changed my life. Now, a funny story, I guess, and I guess it can be kind of ironic, is my first real estate seminar that I attended was put on by the Trump University, which was put on by the Trump organization, and that's when I really knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and that's really where I got the hook for real estate, which ended up leading me into doing my first real estate deal at age 13. But I was able to do my first real estate deal because I took action. I did not wait around and hope something would happen to me. I took action to make sure it did, and I took action to make sure what I did would turn out good for me. So my first real estate deal at the age of 13 was I partnered on a property with my parents. Originally, I wanted to loan them money, but they told me no, they did not want me to loan them money. But they did say, however, I could partner on a property with them. So that I did. And when that deal was all said and done, I liked being a partner on a property, but I figured I wanted to get more return on my money and not have to put in much work. So I decided to become a private money lender, and I did my first private money loan at the age of 13 as well. And since then, I've done several more, and I just continued doing private money loans. So I believe we have a caller calling in today. Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Houston Gunn.
This is Houston.
Well, hi, Houston. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Linda, and I'm calling from Seattle, Washington.
Okay. What questions? Do you have any questions for me, or?
Absolutely. First, I am so impressed with you. I just finished reading your book, Schooled for Success.
Thank you.
I started reading the book thinking I'm going to read the book like I do all my books, read a couple chapters, lay it down, next time read, lay it down. I ended up sitting down and in one sitting read your book. I couldn't lay it down.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's very easy to read. It's fun to read. It's interesting. And I'm impressed, and I got a couple questions for you.
Okay, what are those questions?
How did you even get interested in real estate at the young age of, well, you started writing your book when you were 13, so around that or a little bit younger. How did you even get an interest in that?
Well, it's kind of, I guess it would be ironic, because how in the book there's an endorsement in an interview from Donald Trump. Actually, the first real estate seminar that I attended with my family, I was in 7th grade, and it was actually put on by the Trump organization. It was their Trump University, and that was the first real estate seminar that I attended. And during that time, I really became hooked on real estate.
Well, you were really young to even be thinking that way. Wow.
Yeah, it just really kind of connected to me of I can do this, and really I can be my own boss and being an entrepreneur. And at that time is really where I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Well, again, I'm really impressed. I would like to see all 13-year-olds in the United States of America have the drive you do, because we would be a very successful nation if that happened.
Yes, we would. We really need to encourage entrepreneurship, because although it may not be for everyone, everyone has to have the opportunity to experience being an entrepreneur.
So don't you think, and I got that a little bit out of your book, that's why the book was so interesting, because I've raised children and I've got grandchildren, and I've always looked at the schools are not giving all the kids what they need. They only think one way. The schools only think one way to teach the students. Don't you think they should be bringing in some of your ideas and what you've gone through and your entrepreneurial spirit into the school?
Yes, they should, and that'd be great, because, how I said, it may not be for everyone. They need to be able to teach even some of the basic math of counting money and everything. They just need to teach basic essentials, and they need to let the students know that there is that other option besides going to college and getting a job. There is the other option of you can go out and start your own business and then eventually hire people to stimulate the economy.
Right. Right. Well, again, I just wanted to call in because I'm very impressed, and I wanted to say good luck to you, and I hope you reach some of the things that you've got as your goals, and I think you're going to go a long ways, Houston.
Thank you, and if you like what you've been hearing on the podcast, you can subscribe on iTunes and leave a 5-star rating.
All right. On iTunes, a 5-star rating. Okay, I'm not real familiar. How do I have to tune into a certain spot?
Search Schooled for Success by Houston Gunn on iTunes, and you can subscribe and leave a rating. Thank you so much for your time of calling in.
All right, and I will do that. Okay, hope to see you again, and if you're in our area, I would love to see you live and go up and shake your hand. Okay. And you need to sign my book. You need to autograph my book. So I hope you're up in the Seattle area sometime.
Okay. I will.
All right. Thank you, Houston. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So thank you once again, Linda, for calling in and sharing your experience of reading my book and sharing somewhat of an aha moment. But now, I think it's time to give away some books for free. Who wants a book for free? I'll tell you how you can get my book for free. Go to iTunes and leave a review on my podcast, and make sure to leave a 5-star rating. Then go to my website, HoustonGunn.com, and you can fill out the information to get my free chapter in a book that I've just co-written that will be coming out December 5th, that I've co-written with David T. Fagan, the former CEO of Guerrilla Marketing. And you will get not only my free chapter in that book, but we will send you a free copy of Schooled for Success, How I Plan to Graduate from High School Millionaire. So yes, I did my first real estate deal at age 13. But for you, the viewer, if you want to get into maybe doing your first real estate deal, there are a couple things that you will need that will be extremely helpful. First, you want to find a mentor of somebody who has been in the real estate world and somebody who can teach you what they know, because if they've done it and you haven't, there's something that you can learn from them. So when you're looking for a realtor, a couple key qualities you want to find is you want to make sure they're really familiar and a really go-getter with the alternative way of doing real estate, which is the real estate investing way, because real estate investing is not the traditional way particularly, but you want to make sure the realtor understands these other ways that you can do, and it will help work with you to help you acquire properties and help you flip properties. A mentor. A mentor is one of the key things you need if you're getting into real estate but you're not really quite sure how. Because if you want to find a mentor who is somebody who's been in real estate and has done a bunch of real estate deals and has been successful with what they've been doing, and you just simply got to ask. You just got to go up and ask, would you be willing to mentor me if you find that person? And who knows, it could be no, but you can't be afraid of being told no. If they tell you no, how worse off are you if you didn't have a mentor to begin with? But if they say yes, then you have somebody that can help guide you and teach you all the things that they know about real estate investing. Another great way to acquire properties in real estate, and this is where even my parents got started out, was at the auctions. Usually your local county auctions of real estate, once a month, I believe, or once a week. It all depends. You just want to start going there, and even if you're not there to buy properties, just go there and start watching, because you can see how other people do and how they participate in the auctions, and you can even talk to people and network, because who knows, maybe another person there might have a property they might want to sell you, or you might have a property that you might want to sell them. You just got to go there and start networking, because networking, it's all about who you know. Also, a good place to look for properties is at banks with REOs and properties that are being foreclosed or have been foreclosed upon, because banks don't want to hold on to those properties. They want to get them out of their hands and into somebody else's. Because when they have the property sitting with them, that's less money that they can have out circulating. So they want to try to get it. And usually, if you can negotiate, you can get it at a pretty good discount. So with the discount, it's all about asking and taking action. You're saying, what do you want to get it at? But remember, one thing that I've always learned is you never want to be the one to say the price first. You always want to be the one to let them say the price, because then you can negotiate the terms. So maybe you're in a market where you want to rent and hold properties and just keep continuous cash flow on them, which is also another great way of real estate investing. But one thing to know whether you're in the market or not to do that is really just go and talk to your realtor and talk to your mentor and just learn your market, because a place, let's say in California, is going to be completely different than a market in Florida or New York or Michigan. You just got to know your market and really become an expert in that market and know how to negotiate with people in the market, because negotiation can always be different no matter where you travel to. And if you're not working with a realtor, you can always go out and use Craigslist, call leads, or even get referrals and pay people for referrals to properties that people see, which is known in the industry as bird dogs. But you don't always have to work with a realtor. You just got to go out and find how you can do it, and you always got to take action upon what you do and do whatever it takes to make sure it works. So besides the interview from Donald Trump, which I have been grateful to get, I'm also honored to say that it has been endorsed with a quote on the front cover, which you can see right there is the endorsement from Donald Trump. And a funny story about that is it came in at the last hour. We were going back and forth with the company that we were using for self-publishing, and we needed to have the cover approved at that day, and it literally came in at the last hour, like 15 minutes before it had to be approved. And it was just a big rush, but since I was willing to ask and I took action, I was grateful to get that endorsement, and it's just changed my life. So now, as I was challenged to write my book, I challenge you to just, if you have something you want, always ask for it and to take action for stuff, and don't sit around waiting for it to happen. Take action and ask. So I'm asking you today to also please follow me on my social media, Facebook, Twitter, and remember, if you want the free book, leave a review on iTunes and leave a 5-star rating by December 5th, 2013. And make sure you go over to my website and sign in for the free chapter of Zero to Hero in 90 Days or Less, which I've co-written with David T. Fagan, the former CEO of Guerrilla Marketing. And you will get not only my chapter in that, but a free copy of Schooled for Success, How I Plan to Graduate from High School a Millionaire. Today's episode of Schooled for Success is brought to you by Schooled for Success, my company. And if you want to know more about private money, check out my website, HoustonGunn.com, as there's a link there for you to follow to learn more about private money. If you're interested in sponsoring a future episode, contact me at www.houstongunn.com. Thank you for tuning into this week of Schooled for Success. So you'll never miss another episode, make sure you subscribe at iTunes, and make sure while you're there to leave a review and leave a 5-star rating. And watch every new episode as it airs. Make sure you check out Global Voice Broadcasting, and it airs every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. I'm Houston Gunn, and have a successful day.
This has been a Global Voice Broadcasting production. The views and ideas expressed by the host or guests are not necessarily the views and ideas of Global Voice Broadcasting, its staff, or employees. For more information on how you can have your own show on the GVB network, please visit our homepage at gvbradio.com. That's gvbradio.com.